It's all about the crypto, but is it? It's all about the money, but is it? Who controls the money? What incentives do people have to stay in control of this money? All I can do is point out 3 different events. Basically, at a basic level, intermediate, then advanced. We have an animal disagreement here. Probably doesn't need the sound effects. It's quite funny to watch though. Now, one might say this was an animal disagreement. Correct? Correct. Alright, I think we can understand that. Maybe it's over territory, maybe it's a dominance thing, not sure if they're in the same family, maybe it's over the food itself, a few different things. And we can see why they have a difference, right? So, moving on to this one.
The world up until this point was based on freedom. How they advertised you to be a good slave was they would give you some freedom. And when I say slave, I use that word particularly because a slave used to work his ass off and he would get food and a house in return. And 99% of people out here, my friend, are working their asses off. They can buy food and a house. That's it. Most people are still slaves. They would tell you you're going to be a slave, but you'll be free at least. You know, you can do what you want. You can think what you want. You can say what you want. You can walk around outside, look at the trees. You're a slave, but you're free. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And what happened when they did this, something changed. The internet came. People start to talk. People start to think. People start to realize how money's made. People start to realize it's all a scam. Cryptocurrency was invented. Now you have Bitcoin, which is surpassing the global reserve currency. We don't need banks anymore. We don't need the IMF anymore. People are starting to talk. People have elected Trump, a man who's not bought and controlled by the establishment. People are starting to actually get their minds right. So the people in charge are like, oh, fuck, we're losing control. We no longer control the money. We no longer control who's in charge of each country. Oh, fuck, we've got to put an end to this. We can no longer base our societies on freedom. We must base our societies on safety. You can't think for yourself. We can't put these videos on YouTube because it's fake news and it's dangerous. You can't go outside because the virus and it's dangerous. You can't travel in between countries without that injection because it's dangerous. This is no longer about freedom, my friends. This is about your safety. They're going to take all your freedom away and instead they're going to give you a nice big helping of safety. And you're going to take it and go, oh, at least I'm safe. You were safer before. You were safer before because now the government can arrest you for saying something they don't like. Because now you're spreading fake news. You were safer when you could have an opinion.
So, I could watch that video over and over again. What's happened to Andrew Tate, Mr. Tate? Who is in disagreement with him? Are they the same people who have the best interest for you and I? Is it too complex to explain in a short clip? It probably is, but I think hearing that side of Mr. Tate, if you haven't before, is worth taking into consideration when you hear things or see clips taken out of context, put on the internet by people he may not even know. But that's the second level of complexity, you know, of a disagreement. The outcome in this instance is basically being banned off of all social media, except Getter. Check him out on Getter. Now let's move on to the third level, and maybe not the final level. And this one might sound crazy, right? You might have to read the subtitles. Basically it summarizes in the writing, but if you read,
معالجة الأمراض خطأ كيف إذا كان إحنا المصل بتاع المرض اللي ينتشر زي
I'll read it back, eh?
معالجة
Where we deal with diseases is wrong. I'm assuming he said the way we deal with diseases is wrong.
الأمراض خطأ كيف إذا كان إحنا المصل بتاع المرض اللي
Vaccine for the disease that spread. A around like swine flu.
الانفلونزا بتاعت الخنازير.
May God shield you from it and give you fish flu in the future. Let's read it from the bottom here. Anyway, factories are producing that belong to the intelligence agencies. If vaccine is sold for a high price tag, then it's a business. They produce the virus and then spread it around the world. So capitalist companies can make money by selling the cure. Shame on you, this is disgraceful. Vaccines should not be sold. Medicine should not be sold. Now, in addition, he was trying to liberate his people, although yes, he was a dictator, but he also tried to bring out a gold standard, not under the petrodollar. And what happened in this third level of complexity, this disagreements, nation-state level disagreements? Well, Gaddafi was immediately set upon by those fighters who wounded him with a bayonet in his buttocks. He was raped to death. They began pummeling him with kicks and blows. By the time he was loaded into an ambulance and transported, his body appeared lifeless. It remains to this day unclear whether he died from this violence, the shrapnel wounds, or being shot later, as some have claimed. 3 levels of disagreements. Can we understand 1? If we can understand 1, can we understand 2? Can we understand 2? If we can understand 2, then we might be able to understand 3. Now this is very controversial, but if we are to ever achieve enlightenment, if we're ever to globally awake, then we need to understand what is going on our planet. Signing out.